is up, everyone? Making this video primarily for one purpose, and that is to reveal some slaps to you guys. But before I do, let me say there's a lot of people on Snapchat who are really excited about them, and a lot of people on Snapchat who have already tried to buy them, even though I said they're not for sale yet. They are available on curseforever.com right now in the news section. Note, however, that the 25% off coupon code does not apply to these. It will let you put it in, but if you put it in, I will immediately cancel your order and the next person in line will get to order the sticker. Sorry, that's just how it's got to be. These stickers take a little bit more time and resources to make, so I can't give you the 25% off on them at the moment. But here they are. If you follow me on Snapchat, BigB1011. If you don't, a lot of people are going to be familiar. I made these as the first time I've ever used glitter vinyl, but this is stacked and layered. 2 layers of vinyl. Kawaii in the streets, senpai in the sheets, aha, swag. Those are going to be available right now at curseforever.com, and I only have 15 left, so don't waste your time. Order one now, because a lot of people on Snapchat have already been trying to buy them, and as soon as I post this video, I'm posting on Snapchat that they're available as well, so don't screw around. Now let's get into why the Volvo's registration got revoked. There it is. The Volvo 740 Turbo, or Jasmine, as you guys know. Since about November, Jasmine's emissions has been due, and I've been putting it off for as long as I could, repeatedly asking for extensions, and I got them up until last month when I received a letter saying no more. All my extension time has been used, so at the end of the month, last month, they revoked the registration on this car. It's not currently registered. However, I don't have to pay to re-register it. I just have to get it to pass emissions, which would be no issue, except for there's no exhaust on it. We'll get into plans a little bit with the Volvo, because I had been waiting for a certain company who was talking about giving me a turbo to get back to me, and it kind of just trailed off, and they were going to sponsor, so that's why I had put off ordering a new turbo. But I haven't heard from him about a week, and I got tired of waiting, so I ordered a new turbo. It will be here, I believe, on Monday the 12th, and then we can get started on putting Jasmine back together, get her retuned. Turbo is going to be a lot more efficient for the engine than the last one was, and it's got V-band downpipe outlet on the hot side, so we'll be able to make a full exhaust for it, which is fantastic. It doesn't have one, and kind of be required to pass emissions, so yes, I will be putting a cat on it, maybe a muffler. You don't need one to pass emissions in Idaho. All you need is a cat. I know people are gonna talk about how shitty their state's emissions are, so leave it in the comments and tell me how much worse off you have it, because Idaho is really lenient, but I do still have to pass emissions. The Rabbit does not. And I'm going to talk about the Rabbit a little bit too, but let me flip the camera around one second. Alright, so there is the Rabbit 16 valve. A lot of people have been asking about this build, wondering when shit's going to happen, and unfortunately, I was just about ready to put in an order with GermanAutoParts.com and do a full rebuild. We'll get into that. But since the Volvo's emissions is due, and I'm going to have to buy a lot of exhaust parts, that is not going to happen. So yeah, unfortunately this has been put off longer, but hopefully next time I get paid. Or one cool idea I had was printed slaps, unlike these cut and stacked ones. I kind of wanted to do something with the Rabbit, maybe drawing of the design of the Rabbit, put it on slaps, and we can try and get some money together to get this sped up, which that'd be cool. If you guys have any ideas for slaps or maybe t-shirts or something that we can sell pretty cheap and try and get some money together, that would be sweet. If you guys want to contribute, let me flip the camera back around, because I want to address the constant bitching. There's a lot of constant bitching. Jake are telling me, you know, get a job and shit like that because I ask for money. Here's why I ask for money. I have a good timeline on things that I do. I will do it as I can afford it. I am perfectly fine with that. You guys aren't. That's the problem. As I have money to do stuff, I'll do stuff. If I don't, I don't. Like I just said, I gotta put an exhaust on the Volvo instead of finishing the 16 valve for the Rabbit. So, there's a couple options for those people who get constantly angry. Option number one is going to be shut the fuck up, which I know you're not going to do. So we'll move on to option 2. Be patient. Just wait for me to do shit as I do it. That's how it's going to have to be anyway. Or if you want that not to be the case, you can take up option 3. Buy something. Tough predicament. But that's about all you got. So unfortunately, you're going to have to pick one. So anyway, let's get into what the plan is for the Rabbit, because I haven't really discussed it. Obviously, you know, this 9A 2.0 Volkswagen 16 valve out of a Mark II GTI is going in it. However, what people don't seem to realize, because someone recently said that I shouldn't buy an Audi because I have a Rabbit that needs minimal work to be completed. That's not the case at all. This engine had pretty bad compression when it was in Chris's Jetta. Not bad, like not unrecoverable bad, but like worn out rings bad. I think it was in the 140s. And I just basically want an engine that I can put in the car and reliably, say, drive it to Leavenworth for the big Volkswagen meet they do there every year. So, doing a full bottom end rebend, that's not what I meant. Full bottom end rebuild, bearings, gaskets, rings. We'll look at the rods and pistons. They should probably be fine. Alright, so I found out that these camshafts that are in here are definitely not stock. There's a couple score marks on them, but you can't feel them. I'm not too worried about it. But I believe this to be the cam set I was going to run anyway, except I was going to get the Schrick 268, 272. I think this is the same specs basically, but from Tectonic's Tuning. There's no cast marks on them anywhere. But the reason I think it's Tectonic's Tuning is because that cam gear is Tectonic's Tuning. And so yeah, we're going to leave those in there. I'm going to try and find out as much info as I can, but my buddy Pat has some stock 16 valve cams that I compared it to. They're definitely not stock. Another thing I've been debating between me and myself is whether or not I want to do ITBs on this engine, because ITBs are kind of hard to set up with an EFI conversion in the first place. And since my first Volkswagen, which that fender is actually off of, I have wanted this in my engine bay for so long. The DO HC 16 valve intake Pelham on the 16 valve engines, the 1.8s and 2.0s. So I'm a little conflicted. ITBs sound awesome, but ITB manifold is 600 and change. People retrofit like GSXR ITBs to run on them, and it works, but I don't have the skills with the welder as of yet to do something like that. I did lay some decent beads though last night. I'm gonna put a screenshot in for you guys right here. Anyway, yeah, but the big hurdle we're running into right now, other than obviously the engine being rebuilt, the most expensive part of this swap is going to be that I am converting it to Mega Squirt. Like I said, Mega Squirt everything is pretty much my mindset now. It's going to be really nice because let's pop the hood.
Hello.
So the beautiful thing about Mega Squirt, since this is a CIS car from the factory, not even CIS-E, it's 100% mechanical fuel injection. Is pretty much everything in this engine bay is going to be gone. The only wires that are staying are the wires for the headlights and the wire for the cooling fan on the radiator. But this ugly air box is going to be gone. All these vacuum lines are going to be gone. It's going to be a 16 valve engine. I am leaving the 4-speed transmission and the brake booster basically. I found a company who makes rattle can color matched paint to like factory car colors. So I'm going to try and get some in Mexico beige and respray the engine bay at the very least while the engine is out. And then we'll get the rest of the car painted eventually, the same color, the Mexico beige that's under that box. But I have something else in my mind for the main finish at the moment. We'll see how that goes and how it progresses. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, getting a little bit of an update on what's going on, what my plans are. I do still plan on buying an Audi. That is why I didn't say anything about the Honda. But I'm not going to rush it, as you guys are aware. I'm completely willing to say no to a car that I don't like. And it's not like I'm looking for a perfect car, but I'm looking for a car I could drive back home and not worry about the engine. So that's going to be it for the video. And once I get an Audi, we'll talk about what we're doing with the Honda, how we're going to boost it. But don't forget, kawaii hentai anime JDM goodness slaps, curseforever.com. Although there's a good chance by the end of this video there isn't anymore. So hopefully you guys get a chance to get one, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.